Namaste students, I am Leela Jadhav from KTHM College Nasik. Today I am going to discuss with you about the third chapter, that is accounting of overhead second in TY BCom level. Today I am going to discuss in my lecture under and over absorption. This is the content of this lecture. Under and over absorption of overhead, introduction to over absorption and under absorption, causes of under or over absorption of overhead, accounting treatment, and other overheads, administration overheads, and selling and distribution overheads. Now, it is very clear that overhead may be absorbed either on the basis of actual rates or predetermined rates. When actual rates are used, the overheads absorbed must, if all the calculations are correctly made, exactly equal to the overhead incurred. In such a case, there is no problem of under or over absorption of overhead. But when a predetermined rate is employed, overheads absorbed may not be equal to the amount of actual overhead incurred. Thus, whenever the overheads absorbed are not equal to the amount of actual overheads, it is a case of either under absorption or over absorption of overheads. It should be noted that the overheads absorption rates are predetermined. Here, predetermined rate is equal to factory overheads estimated upon basis, that is units of output, etc. And then we see the meaning of under absorption. When the amount of over absorbed is less than the amount of overhead incurred, it is called under absorption or under recovery. This has the effect of understating the cost because the overheads incurred are not fully recovered in the cost of job or process. And then meaning of over absorption is when the amount of overhead absorbed is more than the amount of overhead incurred. It is known as overhead absorption or over recovery. It has the effect of overstating the cost of jobs, process, etc. Under or over absorption of overheads may arise due to one or more of the following reasons. 1. Faulty estimation of overhead costs or overheads incurred exceed the estimates or outputs are less than anticipated. And second, faulty estimation of the quantity of output. Third, seasonal fluctuation in the amount of overheads in certain industries. Fourth, unforeseen changes in the production capacity. Fifth, unexpected changes in the method of production affecting change in the amount of overheads. And sixth, non-utilization of normal capacity. Whatever may be the reason, under or over absorption is caused mainly due to the wrong estimation either of the cost incurred or of the production over which they are to be absorbed. The method of accounting treatment for disposal of under or over absorbed overheads are shown below. The under or over absorbed overheads may be disposed of by any one of the following three methods. First one, supplementary rate method. Second, writing off to costing profit and loss account method. And third, carry over to next accounting period method. First one, supplementary rate method. This method is usually used when the amount of under or over absorption of overhead is quite large and the under or over absorption of overhead is due to normal reason like increase in material price or labor rate. Supplementary rate may be calculated as follows. supplementary rate is equal to amount of under or over absorbed overhead upon actual base. And how to use this method? First, in case of under absorption, the cost of sales, stock of finished goods and work in progress are increased by applying positive supplementary rates. And in case of over absorption, the cost of sales, stock of finished goods and work in progress are reduced by applying negative supplementary rates. And then the second method is write-off to costing profit and loss account method. This method is used when the amount of under or over absorbed overheads is not very large. The under or over absorption of overhead is due to abnormal reasons like defective planning, idle capacity, etc. In this case, even large accounts are written off to costing profit and loss account. And how to use this method? The amount of under absorbed or overheads is transferred to the debit of costing profit and loss account, and amount of over absorbed overhead is transferred to the credit of costing profit and loss account. And then the third method is carry over to next accounting period method. This method is used when the period of normal business cycle is more than 1 year and overhead rates are determined on a long-term basis. In case of new projects, more output in next period than that in initial stage is expected. And how to use this method? The amount of under absorbed overhead is transferred to the debit of overhead reserve or suspense account, and the amount of overhead absorbed overhead is transferred to the credit of overhead reserve or suspense account. This is the accounting treatment of under or over absorbed overhead. Here, two types of overheads, administrative overhead and selling and distribution overhead. We are already learned about the meaning of administrative overhead. Now, we learn about treatment of administrative overhead. There are three methods by which administrative overheads may be treated. First one, by apportioning the expenses to manufacturing and selling and distribution departments. The logic behind this method is that the administrative overheads are incurred for both manufacturing as well as the selling department. Hence, both these departments should share the administrative overheads. These expenses are therefore transferred to the production, selling and distribution overheads. For apportioning administrative overheads to production and selling and distribution overheads, the following bases will be used. Rent rates and taxes on the basis of floor area, and administrative expenses on the basis of number of employees, and postage stationery stamps on the basis of number of letters dispatched, and office machines and computers on the basis of number of hours spent. And then the second method is transfer to costing profit and loss account. In this method, it is assumed that administrative overheads have no connection with production and selling expenses. When the amount of administrative expenses is negligible or small, it is desirable to transfer it to costing profit and loss account. It is argued that since administrative expenses are small as compared to production or selling and distribution overheads, they should not be treated as product cost but should be transferred to costing, profit and loss account. It is further said that these expenses are not connected with the production or sales and as such should be treated separately. And then the third method is considering as a separate item of cost. In this method, administration overhead is added as a separate item of cost to the job, product or process. An equitable basis is expected for apportionment of the administration expenses to the job or product. Generally, the following bases are selected: sales quantity, sales value or cost of sales, units manufactured or manufacturing cost, or as a percentage of work cost. However, when administrative overheads are small, it is not desirable to treat it is as separate item of cost. In such a case, the first two methods will be proved more suitable. Then, control of administration overheads. Administration overheads are incurred for running the business whether it makes profit or loss. Administrative overheads are fixed in nature, that is rent, salaries, etc., on which the management can not have any control. However, some control can be exercised by the following methods. 1. Control through budget, control through standards, control by comparison with past performance. An administrative overhead budget may be prepared or technique of standard cost may be adopted and the actual may be compared with the budget or standard. The reasons for the variance or difference may be traced and control can be exercised. Similarly, past data of performance can be compared with the present data and control can be exercised on administrative overhead. And then the second overhead is selling and distribution overhead. We will already learn about the selling and distribution overheads meaning. After the manufacturing of a product or service, the selling and distribution costs are incurred. They are also known as after production costs. And then we are learn about the accounting treatment of selling and distribution overheads is rate per unit. This method is suitable when the company is selling one uniform type of product. The selling and distribution overheads are divided by the number of units sold to arrive at a rate per unit. And then next, percentage of factory cost. From the past records, the percentage of selling and distribution expenses to be factory cost is worked out, and this is percentage is then applied to the work cost for adding the selling and distribution overhead. And the third method is percentage of selling price. This method is suitable when the concern sells more than one type of product. A percentage of selling and distribution overhead to selling price is ascertained from past records. Thus, the control of selling and distribution overhead. The control of selling and distribution expenses is rather difficult because the incidence of such a cost depends upon the various outside factors such as degree of competition, attitude of customers, distance of market, etc. However, some interest can be made to control these costs by any of the following methods. First one, standard cost, budgetary control, comparison with past experience, etc. I hope do you understand of overheads under and over absorption With this, I would like to say thank you very much. Next lecture, we will start other subtopic of this chapter, that is methods of overhead absorption.